My name is Allie and I am from Canton, Michigan. I've been in the van since last January, so it's been about a year and a half almost. So I actually, after I graduated college, I went and played ice hockey in Europe for 3 years. And I kind of got used to just packing one bag in my gear and going over to Europe for 7 months and then coming back. So I got used to the minimalist lifestyle and I really liked it. And then when that ended, I kind of didn't know where I wanted to be. I kind of wanted to explore everywhere and anywhere. And so van life really sounded appealing to me. I'm a goalie, so it's like hard to bring my gear in here, but if I could, I totally would. So when I'm back home in Michigan, like there's some guys teams that will have me out and I'll play with them. But other than that, it's hard. Like I'll bring my rollerblades, but I don't have like my whole gear just won't fit in here. My winters in the van, I usually will like hop between the desert and ski towns and stuff. So I'll spend like 2-3 weeks, you know, in cold weather, and I've gotten used to sleeping, you know, as long as it's above 20 degrees, I'm happy in the van. It's pretty well insulated, but I don't have a heater. So it can get cold and I won't spend like a whole winter there, but I'm actually fine. Like it's well insulated. So above 20 degrees, like I'm happy in the van. Below that, I usually start looking towards the desert to get out of the winter, the cold weather. Let me show you my van. So here I have my water storage, which is really easy to just pull out, go to a grocery store, fill it up, and some shoe storage right here. And then up in here, I've got my cooktop with some extra countertop space. And then let me show you my composting toilet. So I'm able to just have a little bit of extra privacy when you're going. And then I've got my fridge, 12-volt fridge. My sink, running water. And then I have my bed, which is right now kind of like a dinette. And then this goes down into here and I can make like a full-size bed. All right, cabinets, I've got my like cooking utensils and storage. I've got all my food up here, and I kind of put in vertical slots just to keep my clothes organized. More clothes over here, and then over here is just random stuff. And then in here I've got all my utensils, bowls, plates, cups. And then here are kind of my like appliances. So my brother actually did the kind of the architect of it, and he did, which you don't see a lot, he built it all as like one frame. So everything is all built as one frame, and then there's shiplap over it. And then I went in and I built the cabinet faces for everything. So I just built the outer rim, and then I put like a fabric in the middle, and then we just did shiplap to kind of fill in all the spaces. So kind of helped create as much space as possible in here. So over here I have a custom spice rack that I built. I just took all my spices, kind of measured it, and then built one so that when I'm driving, nothing really jiggles around. Makes it easy just to like cook, use my spices. Over here I have some extra storage for my coats and anything else. And then it makes it easy so I can just put it away so I don't hit my head or get in the way. And then here is just extra storage. I kind of usually keep my dirty clothes up here. And then here are all my remotes for my fan, my lights, and that's about it. So I have 400 watts of solar power, and then I have 1200 watts of AGM battery. So my solar panels charge my battery, and then I have different outlets with USB, and I'm able to charge everything and stay off grid. So when it's time to make my bed, what's kind of cool is I made these pillowcases that have all my bedding in it. So I can easily just use them for comfort during the daytime, and when it's time to make my bed, I've got all my pillows, my comforter, and my sheets in it. I feel like a lot of people have a hard time figuring out where they're gonna put their skis on top of all their stuff. So So under here I have my batteries, and then I have a propane locker box. And then I have just to help me get out of sand, and then I keep my skis down there when I'm not skiing, and then I built a ski rack in the back for when I am skiing. I can just throw them in the back door. Over here we just made ski racks that easily go in here, and then over here I just have my chairs hanging right here, so when I want to put them up and chill outside I can. This one opens weird because we tried to do a Chinese diesel heater and that thing did not work. So yeah, under here, just more storage where I can access from the top bench too. Keep my ski gear in there. I keep my roller blades and just extra storage. And then over here, keep a Buddy propane heater and just more extra storage where I can shove things. I haven't ran into, honestly, too many challenging parts. I really love everything I did with my build to make it simple and easy to maintain, but I think just finding a place to shower sometimes, depending where you're at, or just making sure, your water's filled up and that, you're doing your daily van chores or weekly van chores, Honestly, just making sure your dishes, I love having making sure my dishes are done, making sure you have enough water, making sure your propane's filled up so you don't run out while you're making dinner, doing your laundry, having to go to the laundromat instead of, just having one at your house. So just little things that you have to do more often, but I don't mind doing it. I think it's worth the trade-off. So I don't think I expected how many free places that I could stay that were just so beautiful. I think a lot of people can't get past where do you sleep? They think you're sleeping in a Walmart all the time, but that's not always the case. There's so much free public land where you've got a great view, and my rig can be off grid, so I can enjoy that. And I think I didn't expect that, but it's also been my favorite part too. Yeah, so for how long I see myself in the van, I told myself I'd give it 1 year, and if I didn't like it, I could move on, no commitment, but I really like it. So I think, I don't know, I can see myself doing it for the next year or two, but I would really like to eventually buy land and build a tiny home to kind of have a home base, and then take the van kind of on longer trips, but be able to come back to that home base. So that's kind of my long-term goal. I always leave one of my cabinets empty for whoever's coming to visit me. And it's usually I have more time with people than alone, but I met my boyfriend right when I bought the van, and he said, oh, I'll help you build it if I can do a trip. And I was like, we'll see about that. But it ended up we're still together. He works for a corporate company, so he'll fly in for, a month to come travel and then go back home for work. So honestly, we get along great. It's nice to always have someone to help you with the chores or if anything goes wrong. It's nice to have someone there, and my sister will come in sometimes, and it's just fun to, share a sunset with somebody. But when I have my time alone, I also enjoy it. It's nice to just have the space to yourself and be able to chill out. Oh yeah, so I love cooking in the van. It's my favorite thing. That's kind of what I had in mind when I built the van. I wanted it to be like my first apartment. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people say I cook, better than in a car than they do in their house. So love to make all different meals. Half Baked Harvest is probably my favorite person to get recipes from and make all of her recipes and stuff. So it's fun. So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at @ACarterInTheWild. Check out my adventures, what I'm cooking in the van, the views, all that.